housing in the Boonies task in Harbor, Quebec. Hello there everybody and welcome to another exciting episode of SnowRunner here at Overfed Gaming. I am the Overfed. Today we are in the housing in the Boonies task where we're going to pick up 4 medium planks at the sawmill and deliver them to the bedroom community in Tidal. Now we've already delivered 2. We still got to deliver 2 more, and we're in our ZiKZ 605R pulling a little trailer, and we're going to see how the ZiKZ is going to perform pulling a trailer rather than a 5th wheel, remembering all the trouble we had with the stabilizer legs on the trailer. And I know that the ZiKZ's got lots of power and he's a really good truck. Now I did outfit him with a little bit smaller tires, which might have hindered the stabilizer legs a little bit, but my point is that I'd like to outfit my trucks the way I'd like to outfit them then, and then use them for the job that's right for them. So with the ZiKZ having lots of power and doing pretty good in the snow and the mud, regardless of the fact that it doesn't have the chains, we're pulling quite a bit of weight here. So we're going to see how he's going to perform, and I expect him to do quite good. Now, when your vehicle doesn't have any chains and you're driving over icy roads like the one just up ahead of us, and we got to cover a little bit of highway, you got to be a little careful, because right now we got 2 bundles of medium planks, one in the truck and one in the trailer, and then the weight of the trailer itself, and that's quite a bit of weight pushing you if you're going downhill. Now downhill is not the biggest problem, it's usually going uphill, because if you got too much weight and no chains, you can't get any traction, then it doesn't matter how good your truck is, the amount of power, none of it matters. Traction is the thing that makes the most difference when you're driving on a road that's got ice on it. So if you have any trouble, just take your truck and drive it over a little bit to the edge where you can drive on the snow and get a little bit of traction. That's only for when you're going uphill, really. You slow down when you're going down the hill and you're all right. You're not going to have any trouble. If you're going to go too fast, yeah, then the weight is going to push you. But if you're taking it easy and just driving normal, you should be okay. So, having said that, we're gonna climb along here, and if you look straight ahead in the distance, you can see that broken bridge up ahead there. Well, we're gonna be crossing the ice down below it. We would be going over the bridge if it was repaired, but unfortunately that's not a repairable bridge, so we're gonna have to go and claw our way down to ice level and go across that way. That's okay. We'll do the best we can and we'll see what happens. Now here we got a little bit of an incline, and like I mentioned, if you have any trouble, he seems to be doing okay. But if he does start spinning, I would just go a little bit to the side and just drive on the snow. It's not that bad really over here. The real big issue is going to be when we start our descent down towards ice level. That's going to be in a little bit here. But that's where we're going to have a little bit of trouble. And that's the garage on our left-hand side that we're passing. And just a little ways past the garage on the right-hand side is where we're going to be turning towards the angled, I don't know what you want to call it, track, angled hill to get ourselves down to ice level. Now we've been through here a few times, and we've done this trip or going down to ice level with many different vehicles in our fleet, and we haven't really had too much trouble. But then I've never really pulled anything, never pulled a trailer down that road or had any real weight. See, now here the weight becomes an issue when you're going up the hill here. This slight little bit of a steep hill was just enough to make it start spinning, but I moved over to the side and I was okay. Now this is where we're going to turn and start heading down the road towards the beginning of that broken down bridge. And just before we get to the the bridge you got to turn off and go down a steep incline. And I'll let you decide on what you want to call it. It's not a road. It's the face of a hill. We just got to get ourselves through a couple of little snow drifts here. And just after that last electrical pole in your right hand side, we're going to take a sharp right and go down the hill. Now whenever I go down any hill, it doesn't matter if it's got tracks or it doesn't, if it's steep enough, I always shift it into low. Doesn't matter what gear you're in, shift it into low so that the gearbox will help hold the vehicle and the weight and everything back so you won't go crashing down the hill. Because as you'll see, it's not the smoothest of trails here. And it's strange, but it always looks a little steeper from the top going down than it does from the bottom. Just a little ways further to go. You just take your time and let gravity do most of it, and every once in a while just give your throttle a little bit of a push. And then we slowly make it little by little down the hill without losing control. Just like that. Now we've got to cross the ice over here and climb up on the other side up the hill to get our way, to make our way over into Tidal. And then from Tidal we're going to hit the pontoon bridge, which is going to be a adventure all in itself. The pontoon bridges are tough to drive over, but we're going to take the pontoon bridge over towards the warehouse on the other side, and then up above the warehouse is where the bedroom community for Tidal is. So we're not too far away, we're getting pretty close, and we're just going to keep chugging our way across this ice. Hopefully won't take any damage. The ZiKZ seems to be doing okay. Pulling that weight doesn't seem to make a difference right now. I'm just going to climb through the middle of this. Seems to be the best route. This is the one I've always taken. And over here you just got to negotiate the broken ice areas. And just make your way over to the side of the cliff here, side of the rocks, side of the lake, I guess, yeah. And you're just gonna climb along the edge here. Just gonna climb along the edge until we get to the end, and then we're gonna take a sharp left inwards towards Everton. Now every once in a while when we go through deep snow, like we're doing right now, it tends to slow the truck down a little bit. And I tried to throw my winch out, but I pulled a tree, grabbed the tree from behind, so that wasn't optimum for us. And here too, like you know, and every once in a while I forget, but when you get dragged down like this, put it into the high range of the low gear. Like I said, every once in a while I'll forget, but it does help out a little bit. Now it slows your truck down, but it doesn't make you bogged down if you're going through deep snow. So if you know the areas where the truck will go a little faster, then you can take it back out of that high range of the low gear. In this particular truck, doesn't work the same in every truck, so you got to try to see what works best for you. And right here I put it back into automatic, and she seems to be okay. It pulls right up out of the deep snow. Now the sun's starting to go down, and I'd like to get this delivered before nightfall. Good thing we're not too far away. Here's the city of Everton, and we're just going to go straight down to the bottom and turn right back off, and that's where the pontoon bridge is, the pontoon crossing. Now as you can see, the drop-off location marker is appeared on the screen. Of course, it shows that it's close by, but in this case not as the crow, only as the crow flies. We got to go a little bit of a roundabout way. And the pontoon crossing is right in front of you, straight ahead. We had a little bit of difficulty with, it didn't matter which truck we used, we had a little bit of difficulty crossing the pontoon bridges the first few times, but after you've done it a few times you get a little bit better at it. And I found that I prefer to look at the truck from the front to see where it's going, because I like to try and keep the tires on those middle tracks on the bridge. By doing that, you get the best possible chance of staying on the bridge, because each section kind of moves back and forth, and you just got to go a little bit slower. But by keeping the truck in the middle, the trailer will follow you, just like that. Well, I think we definitely did a little better than the last few times we went over. Kudos for the ZiKZ. Now we're just down below Tidal. This is the warehouse right here where we got a lot of our cargo for the task in harbor. And rather than going into the warehouse around the corner here, we're going to keep going straight, and that'll take us up the hill to Tidal. Just right along here. And rather than going into the warehouse, we just continue on. Now there is a snow drift up here, and it doesn't look very bad. And the first time I went through it, you kind of wonder, like, what's going on? Why will the truck not move? It's not that bad. It's not that deep. But it must be computerized to slow everybody down, because every truck that I've used to go through here, this has happened to it. And it didn't matter whether you had chains, big tires, big trucks, small trucks, it didn't matter. They all slowed down to a crawl through that particular snowdrift. So if you're going through it and you've got a truck that you really like, don't be disappointed and say, I'm not using that truck anymore, because it happens to everyone. Once we're through there, then it's just a little bit of a skip up to the top and we're there. The bedroom community will get their medium planks and rebuild whatever it is, or build whatever it is that they are looking to build. Now this turns straight into the main street of Tidal. And because I was doing some scouting out here before, I left my Tuz sitting right by the street that I gotta go, so I won't make any mistakes. I know exactly where I gotta move. Just up ahead, there he is. And we gotta turn to the right and deliver the medium planks. Absolutely awesome. Great video, I hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you back at OpenFed Gaming again real soon. If you don't want to miss any of the upcoming videos, and we got some good ones coming up, think about hitting that subscribe button. Until then, we've been driving in a ZiKZ 605R, pulling a trailer and delivering two bundles of medium planks to the bedroom community in Tidal. With me as your driver, the OpenFed.